So if you missed it this morning on the Stax Show with Blair and Heather here on Classic Rock Free 98.1, you can hear it again in the Stax Show Rewind. It runs every Saturday from noon to 8. Find out how we dealt with the news that bacon causes cancer. Is this not the most devastating thing if you're a fan of the salty meats?
When it comes to, the anti-bullying campaigns that happen every year, you hear from people who share those stories about being bullied, and rarely do you hear the stories from people who were bullies. And I won't classify myself as a bully growing up, but I was certainly part of that crew that piled on from time to time. I remember this one kid, Jonathan, that we used to railroad constantly. It still kind of haunts me to this day when I think back about what kind of scars did we leave on this kid. It's incumbent on us as adults to be the educators and to be the ones who set the example of how you're supposed to behave about what's right and what's wrong. Our job is primarily to entertain each morning and crack jokes and have fun. And sometimes those jokes, admittedly, come at the expense of somebody else's feelings, whether it's somebody who's been highlighted in the media or the headlines. And sometimes the easy route is to make a joke about appearance, about something they said. But we have to remind ourselves before we open our mouths, is this mean? Is it? And we don't always get it right. We'll slip up from time to time, but it's a good lesson in sort of self-editing, is to sort of always be aware of who's hearing what you're saying, what kind of influence are you setting, and it's a job that requires us to be responsible. And like I say, we don't always get it right, but we certainly try. It's going on a few years now that we've done the pledge, and it's a reminder each year. We need that reminder. It's a campaign that happens once a year. And I hope it's something that resonates all year long. If you're a fan of whatever media organization that is, when you see them post something or when they talk about it, share that with your friends. Talk to your family about that. Hey, I heard so-and-so on the radio talking about anti-bullying, and it was a really cool thing. And I think there's a lesson to be learned for all of us through that.